Hi, Professor. Today I would like to talk about my project. My project name is Image Processing Software System, and my name is Hao Chen. I divided my project into 6 parts. The first one is introduction, and the second part is problem and study. The third part is existing approaches, and the first part is description of the study approach, and next part is performance evaluation, and the last part is conclusion. First, let's see our first part. The first part is introduction. Image processing is a technology that analyzes, processes, and manipulates images to make them visually and psychologically satisfying. Turning an image into a two-dimensional digital signal and then using a computer to process the image is digital image processing. A rapid improvement of computer technology, digital image processing technology has also been developed unprecedentedly. From the initial using the submarine fiber optic cable to now widely used in various fields such as intelligent life, industrial production, medical imaging, and military detection, and so on. Many psychological and physiological knowledge is also applied in the process of digital image processing. So the second part is the problem and study. Due to increasing demand for digital image processing technology and the increasing depth of processing technology, the functions of the corresponding software has become increasingly rich and diverse. Although there have been developed distinctive image processing software, such as Audio Photoshop, JMP for Linux systems, and Snapseed for cell phone applications. It's difficult for each software to meet the needs in each field, considering the different scopes of image processing in different fields and the different application environments. So there are three approaches, existing approaches. The first one is Audio Photoshop. Audio Photoshop is a very widely used image processing software for Windows and Mac OS systems. It focuses on editing, compositing, and color processing of images, but its disadvantage is that it will take up a lot of system resources. And Photoshop is not open source, more expensive, so for learning and studying image processing technology does not take advantage of. The second approach is JMP. JMP is an image processing software for use on Linux systems. The advantage of JMP is free and open source. The software has a lightweight feature, saving system resources. But its image processing quality is not as high as Photoshop, and the tool effect is not good enough. The third approach is Snapseed. Snapseed is a free image processing software mainly for cell phones and tablets, and it is easy to use with a touch screen. However, it is far less professional than the first two software, supporting fewer image formats and difficult to detail images cannot meet the advanced requirements of a professional fields. So the next part is the description of the study approach. The first part is the geometric transformation of images. The geometric transformation of image in this topic includes image scaling and tracing, which are two basic operations in digital image processing. The nearest enable interpolation method is the simplest image scaling algorithm. The basic principle is to make the pixel value of each point of the scaled image into equal to the pixel value of the nearest point to its mapped point location in the original digital image. So the left picture is show this method. And the image rotation is also fundamental operation in digital image processing, where the image is rotated by a certain angle around a point, which is usually the certain point of the image. However, because the image origin in a computer is in the upper left corner, which is different from the image standpoint at the origin. Multiple conversions between coordinate systems are involved in the rotation algorithm. So the right picture shows this method. And the next part is image enhancement. The image enhancement in this topic includes image brightness and contrast transformation, as well as mean filtering, Gaussian filtering, and median filtering. The brightness and the contrast transformation of an image is a direct processing of the pixel values of image pixel points. And all points in the image are calculated according to a linear function to obtain the new pixel values, as shown in equal 1. Yes. From the perspective of digital image processing, the linear function is improved to obtain equal 2, where xy denotes the locations of pixel points, then fx point y is the pixel value of the original image, gxy is the pixel value of the output image, and alpha and beta are two parameters. Alpha is usually called gain, which is used to control image contrast, and beta is usually called bias, which is used to control image brightness. And the mean filtering is to add up the pixel values of all pixels in the template range and then take an average value as the new pixel value of the target pixel. And generally, each pixel in the template has the same weight value. We can see a method in this picture. And Gaussian filtering differs from mean filtering is that instead of using same weights, a weighted average of the pixel values of all points in the template range is used as the new pixel value of the target pixel, and the weight of each pixel is determined by the Gaussian function. And this picture shows Gaussian filtering. Yes. So the median filtering also belongs to smoothing filtering, but differs from mean filtering and Gaussian filtering in that median filtering is nonlinear and is related to both the position to which the template is moved and the pixel points within the template range. Its filtering process is based on the statistical theory of ranking, which is the sort to sort individual pixel values within a sliding template range and use the median of ranking as the new pixel value of the target pixel within the template. And this picture shows this method. The third part is image morphology processing. Image morphology processing, this topic includes expansion and erosion, as well as open and closed operations. Expansion is to move the structure elements when moving to a point intersection of the structure elements, and the target region is not empty. The write down is points or points that satisfies the condition finally from the set is the target region is expanded after readout of the graph. And this picture shows expansion. And erosion is also moving structural elements. When moving to a point when the intersection of structural elements and the target region falls entirely within the target region, the point is retained and all points to that meet the conditions eventually constitute the result of target region after being corrupted. And this picture shows the erosion. An important reason for developing open-closed operations based on expansion and erosion is the ability of open-closed operations to maintain the size of object shape. Open-closed operations do not cause excessive changes in the shape and contour of the object in the process of eliminating voids in the image, which is their advantage. The concept of operation is to first corrode and then expand. First corrode has the effect of dividing of the object. And this picture shows the open operation. The concept of closing operations is to expand first and then corrode. Expanding first to be able to make up for the narrow interruptions. And this picture shows the closing operation. So this part is the performance evaluation. Although distinctive image processing software has been developed, such as Adobe Photoshop, JMP for Linux, and Snapseed for cell phone applications. It's difficult for each software to meet the needs in each field, considering the scopes of image processing varies from field to field, and considering the different application environments. Where image processing software system implemented in this project, where can realize functions such as image scaling, image twitching, image brightness and contrast, image thresholding, image filtering, and image morphology processing. This system can be well applied to the experimental teaching in schools, so it's very meaningful to design this image processing software system. So the next part is the conclusion. The visualization interface of image processing software system is shown below on the left. According to the system structure design, the interface is divided into two sides, with function buttons and parameter adjustment bar on one side and the image display area on the other side. By changing the value of image scaling 1 to 2, we can get the image that is twice of the original image ruling, as shown in the figure below on the right. By changing the value of the image rotation button to 19 degrees, we can get the image after rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise, as shown in the figure below on the left. By changing the type of image filtering to medium filtering and the stencil size to 1, we can get the processed image as shown in the figure on the right. By changing the type of image filtering to main filtering and the template size to 2, we can get the processed image as shown in the figure below on the left. By changing the type of image filtering to Gaussian filtering and stencil size to 1, we can get a processed image as shown below on the right. By changing the morphological processing type to erosion and stencil size to 2, we can obtain the processed image as shown below on the left. And by changing the morphological processing type to expansion and the stencil size to 2, we can obtain the processed image as shown below on the right. By changing the morphology processing type to open operation and stencil size to 2, we can obtain the processed image as shown below on the left. And by changing the morphology processing type to close the operation and the stencil size to 2, we can obtain the processed image as shown below on the right. So this is all the projects. Thanks for watching. Next time we'll talk about our program.